Okay, fantastic. You made it to essential number one, the very first step in building out this fantastic business model and perhaps changing your life altogether. Now, as I said before, essential number one is the business model or how you will make money. What I want you to do here is just to understand the high-level concepts of what this business is all about, okay? We're not going to delve into any detail or anything like that. We're just going to keep it very high level, a helicopter view, if you like, of how this whole process is going to work. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to build out your e-commerce store. And we're going to do that with that software that I was talking about before in the previous lecture called Shopify. And I was also saying about Shopify is that it's super easy to use, all point and click, okay? So please don't feel overwhelmed or anything like that. You're going to see how this all evolves. You know, if you've never done anything like this before, you might be thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to possibly build out my own e-commerce store? But you're going to see how simple and fun it is to do. Now, once we've built that store, we're going to have basically a store, if you like, that's empty. You can almost imagine a store in the real world that's just got its shop window, but nothing's actually in it. That's what your store's going to look like in the beginning. So we need to then start to stock it with items so that people can come and buy them. But we're not going to stock them with physical items. We're going to stock them with just pictures and text, much like any store that you might see out there on the internet. But where are we actually going to get our physical items from when people buy them from our store? So this is where an amazing website comes in called aliexpress.com. Now, if you've never heard of AliExpress, it's a huge, it's absolutely massive website with millions and millions and millions of products on it. And the reason it's so interesting is because the prices are so attractive. So let me show you how this is going to work by way of example. Let's just imagine that we have found a t-shirt on AliExpress for $3. Okay, and I want to say straight away that this business model is not about selling t-shirts. Okay, you can sell t-shirts if you want, but what I really want to emphasize is you can sell absolutely anything. Okay, this example is going to be about t-shirts, but please understand you can sell anything you want. So we found a t-shirt on AliExpress for $3. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the images, so the image of the t-shirt, and we'll take the text, the description of the t-shirt, and we're going to put it on our site. And the only thing we're going to change is the price. And I'm going to put it on my site for $20. So I think you can probably already start to see how we're going to make money. So we've got our store now with one item in it, okay? Of course, eventually we'll have many, many items, but for the moment, we've just got one item. And the next step, therefore, is to find somebody, of course, to buy it from our store. So let's imagine we have a customer. Here he is, okay, my stick man, looking very trim, wandering around in the wilderness. And what we want to be able to do is to target that customer. We want to find customers who will buy t-shirts, okay, in this example. And that's a big part of what I'm going to teach you on this course as well. I'm going to show you how you can laser target the right people so that they will come to your store to buy your products. So we found the perfect customer. So that customer will come to the store to buy the item from your site. And in this case, the t-shirt for $20. So once he's bought that from our store, we now have $20. You now have $20 in your hands, okay? Now, I know there's a lot going on here, but if you cast your mind back just a few minutes, I also said that we weren't going to stock the store with any physical products, simply images and text. So at this point in time, you're not able to send him the t-shirt that he just bought because you do not stock t-shirts. You don't hold any stock. And this is where AliExpress comes in once again. Having bought the item from our site for $20, we then go over to AliExpress and buy it for $3. And we will ask the supplier over on AliExpress to send the item directly to the customer, okay? Not to us, not to anybody else, but directly to the customer. And that process of sending it from AliExpress directly to the customer is called drop shipping, okay? So the customer will receive that item. And there he is. He puts on his t-shirt and he also has a slightly bigger head. But in any case, he's extremely happy. He has received his product. So with that in mind, let's have a think about what that actually means from a business perspective. Let's see how that makes us money. Okay, so there's a few things popping up down here in the right-hand corner. Okay, I just want to draw your attention to that. So we have sold it for $20 on your site. We then went over to AliExpress and we bought it for $3. Now, I told you I was going to teach you how to find those ideal customers and bring them to your site. And that's going to involve a certain amount of advertising. So let's imagine that we spent $2 on advertising to get that customer, to your site. That leaves you with a profit, a profit of $15. And that's just for one transaction. And we can repeat this process over and over again. I'm sure, I really hope that you can see in that very simple example exactly why this whole model of Shopify, AliExpress and dropshipping is super, super powerful. So just to help you further understand why this is so exciting, let's have a look at the advantages. And there are numerous advantages, but I'm just going to pull out the main ones. Okay, so over here now in the left-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner, I'm going to list out some of the advantages. Now, the first one is that you never have to own any stock. Okay, when somebody buys it from your site, the item will be sent directly from the supplier in AliExpress to the customer. You never own any stock. That means you don't need a garage full of t-shirts waiting to sell or some other product, okay? You don't need to fill up your apartment with, I don't know what, you don't have to worry about any of those problems at all. The other great thing is that you get the money up front. When we sold that t-shirt on your site for $20, you immediately have that money, okay? And then we went over to AliExpress and we bought it for $3 and immediately made a profit of $15 after taking out for advertising. So by getting the money up front, you don't have a cash flow problem. So many businesses require an enormous upfront investment, thousands and thousands of dollars perhaps. But here you don't need that. You will get the money up front before you buy that product and ship it to the customer. The other thing that I've mentioned a few times now and that you're going to see as we now progress through the course is that there are no technical skills required. Shopify is super easy, super point and click. I'm really, really excited about showing you that in these lectures, which are coming up very, very soon. You also don't need any prior knowledge of e-commerce, okay? If you're watching this and you're thinking, goodness me, I feel like I should at least have some sort of business knowledge or perhaps done this before or something like that, you really, really don't, okay? Literally anybody with enough determination, of course, taking action is so, so important. But if you've got that determination and you're willing to take action, there's absolutely no reason without any prior knowledge of e-commerce whatsoever that you can build out a fantastic business. Now, the next thing, which I think you can probably already see as well, is that it's very easily scalable. It really is literally up to you how fast you want to grow this business, how big you want to grow this business. You might be thinking, I just want to make an extra $1,000 a month part-time. Maybe you've got a full-time job and you just want to do a little bit of part-time stuff and you want to make $1,000 a month. You might also be thinking, well, actually, that's not enough. I want to go bigger than that. I want to go to perhaps all the way up to 100K a year or maybe even beyond. All right. These are all possible with this model. It has the scalability baked in, and it's really just entirely up to you, your determination as to how far you want to take it. And then lastly, this is highly profitable and you can run it from anywhere, even part-time, okay? You could, in the long term, certainly build a full-time business out of this. Many, many people have done so. But you can also do it part-time. If you've got that job, as I was saying to you before just now, if you have a job and you just want to try to fit this business model in and grow it while working your own job, you can totally do that. And you can run it from anywhere. I've been in e-commerce for well over 20 years, and I run my business from home and all kinds of various locations. It is totally transportable. If you want to, you can live that kind of internet lifestyle, as it's sometimes referred to. This model allows you that. And I repeat myself, but it is basically entirely up to you as to how far you want to take this, your determination and your ability to take action. So let's just take a step back just to finish, because I know there's an awful lot of information there, especially if you've never seen anything like this before. And if you're feeling a little bit kind of overwhelmed, first of all, I want you to know that that's totally normal, okay? Often when we start new processes like this, we feel overwhelmed. So don't in any way feel that that's a bad thing. Just take your time. If you found this a little bit confusing, or even if you've absolutely got it 100%, it's a great idea just to watch this lecture again, or maybe 2 or 3 times, until you really start to get the concepts. Now, with that said, you don't need to understand every single detail of what I'm talking about here. As we go through the course, it's going to become clearer and clearer, and you're going to get more and more excited about what this business model has to offer. So huge congratulations in taking this first step on what is going to be a very exciting journey. I hope you can feel the excitement in my voice. I love teaching this model because it really is amazing. So in the next lecture, you're going to see a link, and I want you to click on that link, because what that's going to do is it's going to be the very first step in setting up your very first Shopify store. And the great news is you will then have a 14-day, no obligation free trial. So there really is no reason whatsoever not to get started. So let's crack on, and I will see you again very, very soon.